The story continues. It's also hard to go back to pre-world Monster Hunter games. Combat just as fluid in the old ones. Ah, okay. Yeah, Santos actually has it much more than Rue. Old Pen Shop Eve, a wise woman who lived in Skybarrow, told me this. Every worthy legend has 100 good variations. According to most tellings, the Library of Light was carved whole, shaped from a single limb that fell off the Tree of the Stars. Most say the Water Song sorcerer, Winnie Greenwast, brought the library into being. Some storytellers have it that he beguiled a great goddess and tricked her into performing the labours, then bound her in a wine flask and cast it out upon the eternal sea. In some stories, he ended up shouldering an eternal debt to some lostling or nether beast. That comes with awful interest, I'm sure. There's the one where he visits the spirit realm. I don't remember why. I don't think anything happens. Maybe he just wanted to visit. There's many versions of Winnie, but I prefer the stories that paint him human. The stories have always been like starlight, scattered and small and uncertain. But bound with this magnetic gram that draws the fragments together, becomes a single childish hope, this enduring, embarrassing sense of what if. Can you imagine it? A limitless and ever-growing trove of books, every volume that's been written, every scroll, every epic. Ah, see? I mean, that's all well and good, a library that contains every written book, but what you need is the Library of Unfinished Books that Carolinus from Flight of Dragons has. Every book that has not been finished yet. Now that is a true library. But you're not allowed to peek at the ending. I don't know. Not at least if you're one of the people who are writing one of the books, like Peter Dickinson, that scallywag, trying to cheat. They might even have the Kilted Stallion 17. I am Alama. The fact that you managed to bring that back around is truly amazing. Well done. They'll arrive the next day. How should they spend the night? Fire and conversation. Pensive stargazing. I'm going to say Trivinix. If you are still here, then you can have this choice. If Trivinix is not here, I will give the choice to I Am a Llama. Trivinix wants number 1. Are you fighting with fire? Or the fire is high, and their love deepens. The night gives them courage. I see. Okay, so that was definitely a euphemism. Alright, moving on. But the next morning, they'll reach their goal. And find it guarded. Oh my. Indeed, are you serious? And you were along for that? You were just like trying to pretend you weren't awake. You rolled over in your sleeping bag, like they're giggling over to the side. Don't wake him, we've got to be quiet. You're like, oh my god, I wish they would just go somewhere else. I wish they hadn't brought me along. I should have stayed. We could have just finished patrolling. It would have been fine. Poor Rusilius. And Hill Guardian, a ponderous bulk that moves with an unexpected delicacy. Do we need to kill the Hill Guardian? What if we just go up to it and it hands us a flower? I feel sad. I feel sad about what we're about to do. Oh, that doesn't surprise me too much. Kapow! I think it'll hand you a boulder to your face. That is correct, Demi of Derp. I think it would have. It's a delicacy. Make sure you grind it down to season your meals with. Wow. Silver box sash, 5 block. I mean, you've got an amazing block. Wow. Trivenix can have it. Actually, no. I'm going to give it to Rue. I think Rue would benefit from that. Now, will you believe me? Believe you? I can protect you. I can be the man you... Oh. Oh. What do you mean by oh? Winnie Greenrast rather famously recorded that there were 2 ways a traveller would be able to locate his library. There's his saying, ever a north-pointing compass tells you its own truth, ever a stranger tells you hers, and an enemy someone else's, but ever a good friend lies. Right, good. So, the standard gibberish. What's the second way? Just how big it is? What? The interior of the library is a symphony of sunlight playing for a frozen ballet of crammed shells. What a beautiful way of putting that. I'm going to read that again. The interior of the library is a symphony of sunlight playing for a frozen ballet of crammed shells. That was beautiful. Well, I'll head to bed now. Have a good rest of the stream, Aavak and chat. Hey, Leafin, good morning, mate. It seems that the changing of the guard is happening right now. Oh, it's at the stroke of 5 a.m. 5 rings. And the night guard heading off to bed. The dawn guard are getting up, ready for their new shift. Yeah, the writing in this game is beautiful. Don't tell me the moon is full. Show me moonlight reflected off broken glass. Look at the carvings on the wood. Every space is crowded with volumes. This counts as your birthday present, right? This is what dreams look like. Could you even dream this? The library was a dream. That's how it began. I studied magic all my life. Same as every magician. I wanted to make my dreams real. I didn't understand then. When dreams come true, the heart that was soft for seeds hardens against anything that might awaken it. The library was a dream, and that's what it must remain. Those who leave it will never find their way back. Many days later, I am a llama. We need to leave Trevenix. Wow, you took that really well. Oh. Something I realized, I guess. I'm not sure when. A long time ago, maybe. Grand times I've spent with books. Times I was alone with a novel and a window and a rainstorm. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I'm glad we came here. Glad we found it. Saw it all. I've always been afraid to write my own stories. Afraid they'd end up nowhere. And matter to no one. But I think that could be the next dream for me. I am a llama. What if you can't go back? In stories, isn't that the rule? That you can only visit it once? You know, I've been reading since I was small. Books by heroes and half crazies. Fiction of all kinds and quality. What I'm thinking now is... it's time I start putting life into my own words. What a beautiful story that was. That was actually quite wonderful. I Am a Llama has grown stronger. More health, speed, armor. So health, that's just a flat upgrade. Accuracy, flat upgrade. Didn't get enough extra bonus damage, sadly. Potency has gone up a level, and recovery rate has gone up a level. For parents, this is a great story time game to play with their kids. You're actually quite right about that, Trontastic, yeah. My current D&D game started off with the PC being in a book club together. So the story was very entertaining for me. Yeah, it was lovely. Plus 10 retirement age. I don't know how long the retirement age is. But what we've got, Windwalk. Once per combat as a swift action, I Am a Llama can call on wind spirits to guide her to a distant town. Long reach, I Am a Llama has +1 range with all attacks and abilities. Now that is honestly pretty good, especially in my opinion for melee fighters. Upgrade Ambush. Ambush interrupts enemy movement. Wow. But I'm going to go with Ember Arrows. That is amazing, but Ember Arrows is especially nice for me because fire can't spread onto I Am a Llama. I think that's probably the biggest benefit. So, let's get everyone over there. Go, go, go. And now everyone back over here and assault this. I bought it from my friend and he plays it with his young daughter, reading it to her as they go along. It's adorable. Oh, that's really, really lovely. I am a fireproof llama. That's correct, I am a llama. You are. This forest is heavy with shadows. The trees are so thick, even the noonday sun can't reach the ground. We haven't seen a single living thing, but I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched. Shh. I see someone. Hide. She looks sad. Maybe she's lost. Hello? Are you lost? Ah! Sorry. You scared the life nearly out of me. What are you doing here? We can ask the same of you. We're hunting the horned monsters that live here. I suppose we are here for the same thing, then. You came by yourself to kill these vermin? No. I don't think they did. They're not vermin. Oh, they weren't always this way. They were people once. And one of them was my husband. Your beloved was stolen from you by evil sorcery? I love Xantos's romantic streak. Like, immediately attached. Was it your husband was killed by monsters? Or was it your beloved was stolen from you by evil sorcery? It's a book. My lord. Classic Xantos. No sorcery, just words. Evil, slippery words. Words that filled his mind with dark thoughts and wicked cravings. He's too far gone now, my husband. The last time I saw him, all that was left in his eyes was some primal rage that terrified me. The person I knew is gone. I wish I'd had the strength to strike him down there and then, but I couldn't. I'm here to end this before he can hurt anyone else. Join us. We'll do this together, or let us handle this. You shouldn't have to be involved. Double Forte. I can fix him. I see. I am going to give this choice to... In fact, Double Forte. What do you want to go with? 1 or 2? Should she join us, or should she not have to? Teamwork. 1. Okay. I thank you for your offer. Truly, I was not sure how I was going to manage this on my own. The Woken. What kind of... Oh, you got Silk Step. Nice. Yep. Silk Step. Down here. Can I ignite? Nothing there. Move up here. I'm going to interfuse with... Oh, that give me. Wild Grasp. I mean, that's not bad, actually. But I'm going to interfuse with this Blaze. Then I'm going to Fire Leash it across. That'll give me increasing sight. Guardian. Ambush there. You will enter Guardian mode if I just let you move your turn. Oh, you scoundrel, you. Where did my fire go? Oh, scoundrels. Actually, no, that works. Try and take that slinger out. Oh, poop. Pop. Nice work. No stunt, sadly, but... and that was a free shot as well. Oh, that was beautiful. Want you to go into Guardian again. Want you over here in Guardian as well. And this can be flame. Actually, I can't move over there. Interfuse with something else, maybe? No, nothing else there for me to work with. I'll just move closer. You're down. That's going to take out the Horn Child. Yeah, I tend to play a certain way, I guess. The whole thing of lots of fires, that seems to be a me thing. Yep. I think Trivinix might level up from this. Yep, there we go. Now, a Bloodhorn Warrior. We've got Sentinel, replaces Guardian. Trivinix leaps up to 2 tiles in order to intercept up to 2 foes who pass nearby, performing a reaction strike. +1 for Vigilance. Upgrade Vigilance. Reaction strikes per turn increase from 2 to 4. That's pretty amazing. Imagine having Sentinel on that. As swift action, you can start firing on an empty tile or break a piece of adjacent scenery, dealing 2 damage to all foes nearby. Engage. As a swift action, Trivinix engages a foe, forcing it to attack him. No, I think we're going to go with Sentinel. That being said, Trivinix, you know what? Since you're here, you can pick Sentinel, Engage, Raider, or Vigilance. I know for me, it would be Sentinel or Vigilance, basically. But I will give the option to you. Sentinel it is. That's it. Moon Willow Cloak. Speed plus... Oh, now that one's nice. Takes us up a level of speed. Okay, I Am Alarmer is becoming fast, silent. That's the last of them. The village is still there. The Reapers have been dealt with. Yes, thank you. What will you do now? I don't know. There's nothing left for me in my village. I just can't go back to that life, knowing these creatures are out there. Let me come with you. I can be useful in a fight. I won't slow you down. I don't know. I'm Alarmer. We don't really know this person. I say no. Or, we are all called to our paths in different ways. You're welcome to join us. I'm just going to straight up accept. Welcome to the Bringers of the Ring. Thank you. It won't bring my beloved back, but maybe I can help others to avoid that fate. Okay. Extra damage on Horn Children. And now we have someone who I'm not sure if we can, in fact, customize. We can, in fact, customize. Haha! Alright, well, unexpected, but here we are. I am not going to change anything but their name with this character. So they are as they come in terms of appearance and everything else. So bear that in mind when you decide to go for the name. They're not romantic, no. They're a bookish loner. They would have liked to have gone to the library, I imagine. Periapsis straight in there. Demi of Derp, 3rd place. Sorry, Demi. Much sad. Periapsis. Pale Thumbs. Wow. Periapsis Pale Thumbs it is. Demi of Derp, did you want it? I'll give it to you. Oh, that's really kind of you. That's actually incredibly kind of you. I mean, I could change it over if you want, but Demi wants you to take it for yourself. It was over and done with so fast, Butters Ray, that that's probably why, because I closed it once I had a couple of names in there already. That's very kind of you, Periapsis. Alright, let's have a look at your history. Periapsis' father was a rough-tongued blacksmith who went to his grave without ever opening a book. A young orphan, Periapsis vowed to do things differently. For a few years, she whittled flutes from boxwood and traded them for coin in the western cities. Her instruments might still be singing under strange fingers. Somehow, she knew she was doomed to a life of fame. She would have preferred quiet anonymity. Periapsis' adventures. Periapsis once knew a great love, until her beloved fell to the sway of the deepists. Unable to save them, Periapsis joined the Bringers of the Ring to help keep others from falling to false promise. You've got Shame, Creative and Proud as your hooks. Art is my refuge. I know who I am. I don't need anyone to tell me. And I don't talk about it. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're already middle-aged. Retirement age is only 15 years away for you. So unless we can get some big things changed, that might be the end of your time with us. If I'm going to scrub blood away and scavenge for loot, just let's make sure Trevinix doesn't see. I need him to see me as a hero. Aww. Secure Gloam of Beth. Investigate thoroughly, of course. It's not going to take us long. The loner won't talk about it. Who would have guessed? Right, the enemies advance their plans. I'm okay with that. Nothing in there really worries me. Maybe it should, but it doesn't. Yep, site secure. See what we get. Talisman of Rhythm. More speed. No, that won't give you that much more speed. That would move you up a spot. In fact, are you serious? Xanatos and Trivinix all get significantly better, but I'm going to say, Are You Serious has only got 3.9 right now, so we need you to be a bit faster. Like, desperately so. Alright, let's go scout this area. Let's go! I'm going to take my time in each of these locations. Area's been revealed. Let's patrol it. 20 days again. We'll have another incursion in 90 days. Right. Let's get you emptied. See what we can do. It was here, upon a scarlet lake, in a secret place, on a moonless night fit for promise breakers. I love that. On a moonless night fit for promise breakers. Stone skulkers, for dancers deciding not to be seen. It was here, on such a night, she'd fled. Pursued by the wrath of a goddess, she'd cheated. Here, Nixa Highsmoke laid her life's treasure to rest. Green odours rise from the lake, its black, muddy shore. A solitary moon piper whistles while the windless reeds hold silent. A night for ghosts and their stories. A night for stormy-haired men and the death of shyness. As I Am a Llama emerges from the distraction, she sees something strange. Stormy-haired men, eh? I Am a Llama. Spiderweb thin and strung from stone to star. An impossible thread of light. Should I fail to return, I tether you to these constellations. The line will fade, but in the season of Vaun, on a night the stars are samely scattered. Then your mooring light shall beam skyward. Let another windy pair of eyes be your discoverer. "20 hard strokes from shore, I Am a Llama hauls herself up. Through a hole the size of a pine nut, warmthless light streams. This was meant to be seen. That feels clear enough, so we can say that what follows is only me fulfilling my part in someone else's intention. Even as she watches, it starts to shrink. The night sky rolls towards the horizon and the light sinks back into the ground. It murmurs to me almost sweetly, 'Dig, I Am a Llama. Dig. Whatever's down there, perhaps you need me to find you.' Finding herself unstuck by any unhappy hand of the heavens, she bends to dig, or unstruck rather, and soon, scraping earth away with the hardy knock of her bow, I Am a Llama uncovers the secret of this stony lake isle. A book? My friend. I Am a Llama, you get to choose. If I Am a Llama is still up. How to break your bow, 101. Yes, absolutely leave him. Digging with a bow? Just use any other stick. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to be fair, she's on a little scraggly, rocky bit of island. I don't think that there is any sticks there. A book? Oilcloth falls from the tome's corners. It could be someone's secret confession, buried unsaid on a lonely island. Eager, she lifts it, opens the heavy cover. Inside is a smell like the bottom of an ancient whiskey barrel. Salamander ink, we once used. From the blue belly salamander. Kind of sad. And a million letters she's never seen. Brain-rattling diagrams on fine, outfolding flaps. Glittering pages, translucent pages, where charted stars and foreign script all whirl in an unknowable, overwhelming mass. Every dream and constellation the seasons sent by this author's head might be recorded herein. Remembering that line suddenly, how fortunate we were to be full, our bellies with food, our hearts with wonder. A familiar voice calls her then. I Am a Llama. Hey, darling. Dragonix, hold on, I'm coming back. Rue found their position, the Morthagi, collected by the stones. You wandered a long way. The wrong way. There was the small strand of light. Rousing the book of stars from its resting place, I Am a Llama has in hand a far greater treasure than she knows. Certainly, than she knows how to read. Revelation awaits language. Interesting. I wonder if someone had the... Is she a bookish romantic? She's got the literary hook, so maybe she can. But I wonder, because Dark Aavak had a strong book hook as well. I don't know. We'll see. Periapsis has grown stronger. Hunters like Periapsis thrive in the wild, surviving through stealth and peerless archery. Piercing shot, Periapsis range attacks have 1 pierce. Or ambush. I think we're going to go with ambush. Weldling, Watchman, and Spectic. Got one over there. Another one. Sentinel it is. We'll wander up here and pop down Overwatch. Overwatch here as well. And you can move up and go into guard mode. I'm being much more reserved with these. Oh, no, that's just happened over there. With these characters, like previously, I would have just charged into a battle, but this time I'm being a bit more letting the battle come to me, I guess. Guardian. I would like this fire to move. That would be good. But that has moved it away from her, which is actually a bad move on my part, thinking about it. Like that. Ciao! Yeah, that would have set her on fire and been pretty amazing. Oh my lord. 0 damage, huh? Managed to avoid the worst of it. Okay, 2 damage now, but that was still kind of good for a bit. Interfuse with this blaze. Move it off you. On over there. What? Oh, that's annoying. I can't move it for now. Fine. Take this out. Stop. While you're here, I could go for the shot. 85% actually. Go for it. Your Sentinel is wild enough that you're going to be able to do crazy damage with that. And I would like to move this up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Okay, so it is a ranged combatant then. It's kind of annoying. There we go. Nice shot. So it took a bit of damage there, but nothing too terrible. A thorn bow, tier 1 bow. Yeah, I'll replace the farm bow then. It hasn't got any specific quality to it, but that's fine. Spectral Lantern. +2 warding. This would be super useful. Does anyone particularly need it? Yes, you do. Purple is magic armor and blue is physical armor. Yeah, that's right. Leafman was asking, what are the pips under the health bars? And purple is warding and blue is armor. And as mentioned, one is magical and one is physical, basically. Nights after the battle at Golden Reach Henge, Ayamalama will still be puzzling over the book she found. It just feels, I mean, almost weighs in my hand. Like a work of passion, a work of love, of love's ambition. Ayamalama, you plucked us a rye thistle, I hope. It should be deeply studied, in good time. Okay, the batch bee, or batch bee. Okay, that looks horrifying. I'm loving them, the enemy types for the Mothagi. Very much liking the enemy types for the Mothagi. Okay, let's hunt for some items, and that will also give our heroes time to heal. Find. A snakestone cloak. +5 dodge. Okay, well, you're the only one that needs it, so there we go. Alright, finally, time for us to go down hither and scout. And then win. Many close this time. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. I'm a little bit concerned. Oh, it's 43 days. We can probably patrol this place. Yeah, 20 days to get this down, and then we can fight as well. Yeah, we'll have this done before the next incursion. All right. Time for us to assault. The Forge. Normally I'd say sneak up behind them, but there's no behind here. They're all over the place. Not exactly masters of stealth themselves. I can hear their clamour from here. What do you think they're so agitated about? It's a forge. They're probably on the prowl for spare parts or something and hit a jackpot. Whatever it is, they're excited about it. I'm not. So when it comes to the actual approach, stick together and push in, or they surround the forge, so we surround them. I'm going to give this choice to Catherine. What's the purple book? The purple book? In the book that I Am a Llama found? We don't know yet. Oh, is it a town event on map? Well, unfortunately, we're in this now, so it doesn't look like I can go back unless I can. Oh. And one for the choice. Stick together and push in. Oh, you're quite right. There is a purple back. I keep missing that on the map. I'm not looking for the map changing. And I should be, because that's like the second or third time it's happened and I've missed it. We'll need all the defenses we can manage. Plus, I get to stand next to you. Aww. I Am a Llama, so smooth. Alright, there's 5 enemies in this one. We've already got you. Morthagi Clamp. As a swift action, Batch B engages a target, forcing it to attack them. Okay. Grab 5-6 damage. Alright. It's nothing that too terrifying. I would like very much a fire. I'd like you to stand next to it and shoot this. Perfect. And you to move up, and you could shoot it for 87, but it is going to come to us, so instead I want you to ambush this area, because I can't easily get there. You can go into guarding mode, and as can you. Sentinel. I would also like to latch onto this, and that'll give me a bit of vision. Discus. Okay, took a little bit more damage. And there we go. It's down. That ambush ability is actually amazing. Legitimately amazing. Let's just set up ambushes. See no reason to do anything else. Guardian. Sentinel. And you can shimmy on down. And maybe discuss them. I could, I guess, but... it's quick action. Let's remove that fire. Interfuse with this. And then on the next turn I'll be able to attack properly. Oh, I dislike you enormously. Please no. Right, one armor shredded, that's fine. Okay, being surrounded. Does like this a bit. Discus from you. Paired shot. Can I actually hit anything? I can. Perfect. I think it'll die on the next turn, but I'm going to go for the shot and just take that out. Just to make sure. Okay, never mind. Apparently I'm not going to be doing that. In fact. As much as I thought. Yeah, I don't want them to get close. So let's just remove these enemies from this engagement so I don't have to worry about that. Let's get in there. Go for the attack. There we go. Nice. And you might go through, which is kind of worrying. Not going to lie. Sentinel. Pa-pow! I approve. Okay, warded the incoming damage there. Perfect. Now your turn to go smack Sommelier about. That hammer is just beautiful. Right. We still have enemies around though. So. Didn't want that. For you. Use the tree. Roll back. Sentinel. And I'm going to have you enter Grey Plane. I like the term Grey Plane as well. There's so much to like about this game. Though I will say, I prefer the term Gloom from... and indeed, they're not the same thing. But I really like the Gloom. I forget the name of the series of books that it's from. Unexpected Guests. Okay. But it's from the book series that I get the names: Night Watch, Day Watch, Twilight Watch, etc. Told you to run. Ah! Hey, I can fight, but one great axe isn't going to take these down. Get in here and help me! Yeah, fair enough. Sentinel there. Lost Amber Arrows, sadly. However, I can give it to you back. Perfect. That was a good bit of damage there. Let's force them to come to me. Really, you can shoot from there? That seems highly unadvisable. Unadvised, rather. Okay, let's get in. Guardian up. The Watchman is either going to die from the flame or will die from the ambush. Oh, crap. What happened there? No idea, but I don't like it. Right, I want Amber Arrows in this room. I'd like you to draw back as much as you're able. And get another ambush on the go. It's time down here. I'll finally bring you in. And you'd enter Guardian straight away. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to withdraw from this. And I'm instead going to interfuse with this flame. Because I'll be in control of it, it will no longer spread automatically. So I protect Rue from having any fire spreading to him. Nice bit of damage. And they're down. Ah, shame. That's fine. Fire's moving over here, which is not great, but it's something we can deal with. Now, my biggest concern with this area is that there's really not a lot I can do to get in there. With that lantern, I might be able to move things around a bit, but... I'm not sure if Sentinel's going to reach in there, but I'm interested in finding out, so I'm going to give it a shot. You lose 2 warding, that's okay. Ah, damn Dragon Blast. That was not great. Ah! Disapprove. Yeah, that didn't go through. Shame, but oh well. For me to get up there, I'm going to have to take a bunch of damage. Oh my lord, why? I mean, fire won't spread to you, which is good. But it just feels like there's no point in me having most of my characters in position here. Open the door and go outside. I hate you. They're probably not capable of being burned, I think. Seems like the most likely scenario there. Don't want to be in this house anymore. It's on fire. Oh, nice shot. Greatly disapprove. There we go. Oh, no, really? Fine, let's whip that fire across to there. There we go, finally got it down. That was annoying. Nimble little scallywag he was.